Oh, whoa. Just that. Hello, everybody. Whoever's here. I'm starting a little later today, but I want to do more art focus today, but I knew if I didn't finish this, I would be driven mad. So my thought process is we need to give a Kanojo message with the right where we're currently at. We need to give a Kanojo message with dialogue message with the other stuff with the love increment data being sent over by the whatchamacallit. When you gift or date or whatever. So we're sending now in that. So play on live 2D, I think, is also maybe up for that, because I think play on live 2D is the like I touch your face. So it might be an idea to expand that. Yeah, that's the, you got the actions right there. And we also send a reaction word there. I think I made it just so all the, as much of the calculation as possible was given by the app. And I suppose, yeah. Thank you, Poop. I did hit 420 Blaze It followers. It was very nice. I took 2 little puffs off a joint to celebrate. I probably could have done only 1 though. How are you doing, Poop? I had to take off when you came in yesterday. Oh no, there's a fire by Litchi right now. Let me check. It's kind of important. I don't know if you saw, Poop, but somebody on Throne gifted me. Doing good, just chillaxing at the moment. How am I doing? I'm doing good. Somebody on Throne gifted me a Kaukini. Oh. Or Nor. That's a big boy. That's a big boy fire. Hughes fire. Percent contained 0%. Already over 3,000 acres burned. It's got a huge evacuation zone. How's the other fires doing? Palisades is still 68% contained. And Eaton is 91. I think the downtown LA more fire's better. But that Hughes fire, holy shit. I'm hoping it says not near me, but near Litchi. So yeah, not great. I think I remember why I did this the way I did it. They do. I think it's. I'm looking at the evacuation zone right now, and it's pretty big already, which tells me they have a pretty good idea of where this thing is going. So it's something to keep an eye, and also probably the smoke is going right over Litchi, given the wind direction. But I'm imagining that they're probably containing it pretty well, I'm hoping, but I think it's just probably scary. Hello, Shantai VT. We're talking about how there's more fire in California, and also I am figuring out how I want to handle the all this fun stuff. How we want to move this data. We see it. California does that a lot. Yeah, they sure do. I'm probably gonna have to. On activity result. I might need to open JDEX. Damn, bless me. Excuse me, and thank you for the bit. 10 out of 10. Thank you, Poop. Where did I? Oh, it might be under my Android workspace. Yep, that's exactly where it is. I am sorry for blinding everyone. And myself included. There. You know, pausing Dropbox is usually a good idea. Binaries. Hi, Scraps. How you doing? And wood. I wanted to end wood. Alright, what do I got? What do I got? I got that one. Doing okay, so I'm glad you're doing alright. Let's see. Files, source code. Alright, what are we looking for? That's a good idea. I feel like Kanojo message. It's under core model. Okay. Core model. I don't. Kanojo message. My eyes! I gotta fix this. Editor theme. Dark. What we got? Is it the only dark one? Ooh, that's kinda cool. I like that. We're not doing dark mode, we're going green mode. Okay, so we got Kanojo message. Oh, oh. I don't know, it was supposed to look like that. But from what I can see, it, It's a little messed up. I think that, yeah, it is. I'm wondering if it's enough to. I've changed it enough to warrant switching it to a something else, I guess. I don't know. All right, Kanojo message. Hmm. Kanojo message. I guess. Just call it Kanojo message equals Kanojo message bundle dot get base interface dot extra messages. Ba-bam. All right, I'm gonna have to do that. Everywhere else there is I'm gonna have to all right. Rad. Trying to think. It's a very difficult task for me, thinking, you know. All right, so within the server, in the play on live 2D, we're also getting a message back. Oh, clothes type, okay. I was like, what are these numbers? Wait, what am I working on? I'm working on my little barcode Kanojo app. Available for Android. Breast, kiss, and head pat. Whoa. Alright, I don't think. Let's see if I can get a version running here. Invalid syntax. Okay, maybe I'm not getting a version running. It's a little broken right now. Sorry. Alright, we have live 2D task. Is that what initiates the play on live 2D? Get user actions, set play live 2D. Respond, do it in background. Yep, play on live 2D. A little broken, aren't we all? Yeah. That doesn't take any parameters. Actions. Play on live 2D dot actions. That doesn't seem right at all. Why would I not? Everything else is giving it by a parameter. Why would I not also just be giving it by parameter? What is it? This app is written so weird. It's very kludgy. And I have just been trying to piece it together. Hello, Lishi. Lishi, if you're at your computer. Just sound. I was looking into that a little bit. Is it the one that's north east of you? Like how I'm sure there's a lot of smoke over you at the very least. Two that are northeast. I see the one that's upriver, and then I see one that's kind of over by San Fernando. Oh, it's like newer than what's on the website. Fillmore on fire, Santa Clarita on fire. Yeah. I'm hoping that does. It seems like at the county line, it like the evacuation cuts off. So I think that's the county line anyway. Very county shaped. Just keeping me in the loop. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on it too. As soon as you mentioned it, I was checking it out. I'm also in the invite streaming if you would wish to just chill on stream or not. Up to you. Okay, so love increment. I think I have everywhere. Kanojo item detail. But am I handling Kanojo items? I'm hoping nothing happens with the fire. Yeah, when did it says it start? Oh, it started only at like 9 a.m. this morning. Yet it's already got that big of an evacuation zone. Hot fuck. Oh, suddenly the light has gone out. Oh god. Does it say how aren't the wind speed is there? What's the wind speed today? Wind gusts of up to 12 to 17 miles per hour, currently 2 miles per hour. Oh, at least the wind doesn't seem to be horrendous, but it's not great. God, I hope the power can not be dying on you, because that's always bullshit. I'm sorry, Litchi. Alright, I guess we gotta set the Kanojo messages somewhere, don't we? Ooh. You know, it's a var, not a car. How goes the dating girls. Could be better, but I am chugging along. We get a Kanojo, we get a love increment, and we get a Kanojo message. Ba-bam. Yeah, deprecated. How are you doing, Koji? I'm glad you're good. That's good. Throwing things at a wall, let's see what sticks. I shouldn't take that literally. Unless you are throwing things at walls to see what sticks. But noodles stick? Yeah, noodles do stick. They're not really sticky though. Huh. It's kind of weird. When cooked, they stick, yeah. But I've never thought of a noodle as sticky. If you get what I mean. Yeast and water make it sticky. Oh. Yeah, it makes sense. This is bugging me. Method, return type, love increment, love increment. Live 2D task. Hmm. I don't know why I'm doing that like that. It seems like, though, the on live 2D task, we get back a love increment. I think the way I was doing it before, I was looking at the last thing done, and I was having the app determine, like, request out the thing. But, one thing I noticed with this is I get kind of hooked up on the idea that I shouldn't be, how do I say this? I get hooked on the idea that I should not be relying on the server. And I don't entirely disagree with that mentality. I would like to do dialogue offline, and I think that's possible. And that would probably assist a lot with translation, because then we get Android Studio's built-in translation stuff, which is really nice. But I don't think I should necessarily dismiss the way it's doing it right now. I think a big thing first is to not rely on a web view. This thing's still built with the idea of having a web view. And like, this was nearly a browser game. It was so close to being a browser game. In fact, I think based off the original screenshots, I don't think interacting in the live 2D was necessarily a thing, wasn't a thing originally. Sure. Those can be options. Kanojo items activity. Is purchase API is billing available? What the hell does that mean? I'm gonna look that up. Because I've been hesitant to remove things that I think are, first thing that shows up, in-app billing vulnerability. Come. If you are manually invoking the in-app billing service, please ensure that you are calling ahead on any intent to. So this is in-app billing, which is something that we want to get rid of. So if is billing available, return false is always going to be the situation. Right. At some point. Why? Context that get package manager intent that. Set. Apparently this is like an actual like what's your problem? Oh, it does. The quotes character is not like the quotes character. Think. I think that's all it's checking. We are like mode equals ticket, so it's checking if we're on ticket mode. I think I'm getting a little distracted from what my purpose is right now. Surprise, surprise, Goblin does that a lot. Peanut's been sitting over there, and he's just like, don't worry about that boy. Okay. Kanojo room act. Oh, blame. We got the radar stuff. On click. Okay, Kanojo. On activity result, Kanojo message. If of increment does not equal null. Alright, so then we aren't checking. I suppose we wouldn't. If Kanojo message does not equal null. This dot m Kanojo message equals Kanojo message. We don't need set background to be expanded. Show. I don't know what that's doing. That's live 2D task. Activity dot Kanojo message equals Kanojo message response dot get Kanojo message dot class. Well, Kanojo update user response set. Okay, where's update user? Is that as part of base activity? Set auto refresh love gauge action. And that's how we get our reaction word. Okay. An add tag, love gauge. Eventually, I would like to convert this app to something that is cross-platform. I don't know how I would do that. Probably have to. Yeah. Moving it to an actual game engine. Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh. Why am I not setting this up like up top? I'm not like destroying it, am I? Set visibility gone. I don't think I'm destroying it, so I don't know why I'm not just immediately setting it up. And on create. Find view by ID. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason that's not there. Here's a question. Why don't I just put all of them together with their fellow duders up there? Cool. Okay, why is that not in there then? Also, set on quick listener. Items, date, like, info, close. Status bar layout. Ticket. Yeah. Drop image. Alright, where's drop image? Right there. So, if I ferret walk, I have it bound and on resume, which should activate. Am I not necessarily doing a setting the on quick listener? I think I might be unnecessarily setting on quick listener twice. See, this is the fun of this kind of app, because when you inherit a bunch of decompiled source code that was written by a bunch of guys that were really more in line with coding probably Objective-C over Java. Okay, so we have our messages. We're getting our messages. Mm-hmm. Display metrics height. D height. Why am I doing this like this? I'm just calling it again. Yeah, sure am. And one step background getting called, huh? Start live 2D. When's start live 2D getting called, huh? On resume. Wow. We have D width and D height. So I can just go this dot D height and this dot D width, and I don't have to deal with this. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. Ba-bam. Problem solved. I'm pretty sure I wrote that part. Yeah, this was last year. I did. Mascot enabled is actually the tag for marriage. All right. Now we got to deal with getting the message to. All right, so if we get the message from the server when we do whatever action, which makes the most sense because that's when, I don't know why I would choose to do this any other way. Then we need to feed it to that new function I made. Display Kanojo dialog. Which makes me go, why do we have this dialog tab? Okay, here's a question. Some of this. Goblin is wondering what Goblin was thinking. I closed Jadix. Well, Jadix is fucking broken, so what am I supposed to do? What is that gonna help me with? It's gonna tell me whether or not the original had this fucking shitty ass async task. Which, yeah, we shouldn't have an async task. No, I agree with that. But init dialog message, you gone, visible. Display Kanojo dialog. Okay, did I at least update in here? Yeah, okay. So okay. That's setting up layout parameters for where. Let's comment that. Determine where pop-up animation needs to appear to mark love increment or decrement. All right, and that's this handler that we have up here somewhere, or I don't know. All right, this last action. Okay. Very interesting coding on my part in some of this. Start live 2D, setting live 2D. Yeah. Update. Overrides deprecated method and observable. Okay. Live 2D. Play on live 2D, and we get back to play on live 2D. The love gauge is being touched. Is that when we are, my chat disconnected? My goodness. And we have this add reaction word. And that add reaction word is what would set off the thing that would eventually cause the dialogue to appear. Okay, we have to rethink this. Refresh love gauge action. Update user set. I'm gonna say activity dot display Kanojo dialog. And we're gonna feed it this directly. So update user set auto refresh love gauge display Kanojo dialog. Determine what to display in increment / decrement text. Add reaction word. We get rid of that. And it sets it to null. Okay. Love bar animation. Kanojo message equals null. Length equals 0. All right, I'm putting what I'm thinking there on a to-do list, because I'm thinking, well, why don't I just give it the whole ass Kanojo message, because then the whole class there can determine what to do with it. So in case I expand on said crap later. That shouldn't be too hard to do though, right? Okay. Message. Import class. Dialogue, text viewed, listener does not equal on close, quick. Okay. Both of these are probably, well, I was going to say they're probably high candidates for. Whenever you see that 2020 there, I know everything's a little small, and I apologize for that, but anything that's got that red 2020 means that it's basically the dumped decompile or patch job just to get it to work. It's doesn't necessarily mean that it's. I'm kind of, when I look for like moving it to my group of code, there can't really be any of the leftover unless it's just like this whole thing there kind of is what's killing my ability to shove that over. Imports are fine though. It's the ship of Theseus, you know. It's got to be enough of a new ship for me to claim ownership of it. At a certain point, I may need to consider whether or not I want to attempt to decompile Live 2D again. I don't think I need to cross that bridge, but it may happen eventually. Okay, so Live 2D task, that's fine. But when we get, where's on activity result? All right, Kanojo message. How does this? This is triggering the thing somehow. Can I? I should be able. So that I should be able to just say binary arithmetic. You can distribute a negation by changing all ors into ands and then changing all other fun stuff into inverting the checks of equality. So that should be the same. Result code, if result code equals item used and data does not equal null, and bundle.data got extras does not equal null. Yeah, that versus before when it was not it was the opposite of fucking. So if we don't have or data equals null or data.extras equals null, and the opposite of that. Yeah, that is prepared. Setting live 2D. This is the, well, wait. If Kanojo does not equal null. Yeah, so is prepared will equal true. Okay, that's where I was getting that. On resume, setting live 2D. Which would, I think, activate, right? All right. Dialog text view on dismiss listener equals dialog text view. Dismiss listener on next click. Close click. They really did have like shit set up, but like they just never did stuff with it, and that always irks me. I think what happened was that barcode. I have a million theories on what happened to barcode Kanojo. I think the thing with barcode Kanojo is that these guys were trying out Live 2D and they wanted something to do with it. And so they had kind of like the side team do it. And then one of two things happened. They were either really desperate for funds and they were making a bunch of, and that's why we have like the Axe body spray deals. And I think they were trying to make other product deals. I think a big thing was that you could, as a company, they had a thing where you could hire them and then you could get all Kanojos, but for your new, you could make your own Kanojo. Or it was not successful enough. And then Daddy Cybird started getting a little too interested in the project. And then Yeah, they just decided not to do stuff with it. Because if you... The barcode Kanojo Tumblr is fascinating. Because it goes over how they had a new version basically made for Android. And they were like, yeah, we don't know. Cybirds did not took our director off of the project and put some new guy in, so we don't know what's gonna happen with that. But I think they replaced the whole fucking team actually. So it could be they didn't view the project as profitable enough, I guess. And that's what killed it in the end. Or they wanted them on different shit. But it was a really... Fucking Barco Kanojo rocks. Alright, so 2D. I don't know why that's there. Okay, I think that add love gauge thing right there is it's checking if love increment is not equal null. So it's resetting some of the live 2D stuff when you get back into the room. Which probably makes sense. But that it's at saying handler post delayed. It wants to run that after a delay of 2 seconds. So why? What is that? It wants to wait. So it's probably like saying wait until host delayed. Runnable causes the runnable art to be added to the message queue to be run in a specific amount of time. Okay. Call me crazy. But hi crazy. Just show it. Display the Kanojo dialogue. Right? That should work. Anything else broken? I think I actually need to go into this one maybe? Um Play on live 2D. Alright, play on live 2D now returns that. Wait, I gotta find usages. Alright, return if it equals relationship other null, which means you're not dating and you're not friends. How did the build go? Did the build work? Okay, it's going again. Columbo's kind of blocking. Yeah? Yeah? Alright, alright, alright. Play on live 2D is only done in one spot. Why do we not just have this as... Kanojo and... who's setting the actions then? Okay, let's just say we can only interact with one Kanojo at a time, so I don't know why. Vote like. Oh, it breaks a bit more than just that, doesn't it? This is so weird. Who wrote this? Is this me? It's me! Oh, that's me. Hi. I wrote this code? Really? Oh, it's Kotlin. Okay, that's why it says I wrote it. Okay. Okay, I'm willing to say let's... Alright, let's not get so harsh about removing. Play on Live 2D. Now, the activity itself has a Kanojo, does it not? Base Kanojo's activity. Oh. What? Live 2D task. This saves and sends any remaining Live 2D interactions and updates the like status of the Kanojo. Oh, okay. I'm gonna tackle that can of worms. So that should interesting. Interesting indeed. Huh. Alright, alright, alright. So we have reaction word dot py. Okay. Items. X for X in self.items. If A in part of day. Are we sending anything like part of day? We have actions. Okay. Reaction word. Okay, we have to handle this in quite a few ways. DT. I hate that it's called DT. Why is it called DT? Rams, key and temp, info. Ay caramba. God, this is such an interesting conundrum. Okay, so I have to remind myself, does Python have any method of suggestive or strict typing? Ain't that something? Okay, so reaction word .json. Part of the issue with this is that part of day is not being sent by any of this shit. So play on live 2D is not sending part of day. Actions is a string. Okay. There's a lot of why do we have so weird? Okay. Response. Kanojo. Message. That's what. So for Kanojo message parser. Or. Huh. Hold on. Somewhere in here. Oh, here. On the right. Alright, so Kanojo message. Okay. Kanojo message equals word. Ay caramba, gamer. Reaction word. API message dialog. Reaction word dot reaction word JSON. Like that. Int action, int part of day. Okay. All right, can I say that? All right, currently they're both ints. If they're both ints, All right, I would like to get it so that instead of typing, support for typed hints. Type alias. A type alias is defined using the type statement. We treated vector. So floats qualifies as a vector. Okay. Makes sense. So we want this to be list of int. If for actions, if for a in actions, a okay, Python nesting for in. Single line nested for loops. Okay. Official tutorial on list comprehension. Same as for loops. Certainly any list comprehension can be written as a for loop, but they often are faster than a for loop. All right. Okay, let me undo what I've done. Okay. I have an example here. Okay, X for X in self items. All right, and then I would have to do for A in actions. For A in, all right, get X get A and yay. All right, so now that should work for lists. Okay. So we will have that. Get action. All right, actions is parameter get actions. I'm afraid to fuck with things too much. Okay. Ay caramba. Okay. Love increment in DT. And info in DT. This thing is driving me nuts. Hmm. Why did he? I hate how much this fucking bastard did acronyms. The action word. Okay, we don't need that. Alright, but then we don't need that. We don't need that. Update DT. Okay. I don't know what that's doing. We don't have part of day. Because I guess I'm using the part of day system for. Okay, okay. Go com.goujer utils time util get part of day. Night, morning, day, evening, night. Why divided by 6? We got +2 modulo 24. So then we have 0 to 23 as possible options. And then we divide that by 6. Does that make sense? Wait, doesn't that mean the day starts at 2 a.m.? Morning, day, evening, night. Ends at 12. I know it doesn't. So if we offset it by half of a quarter, wouldn't that be better? Because okay, I'm trying to think really hard here. I don't think hour two. Yeah, that would be starting at 2 a.m. So on our 12-hour clock theory, right? We need to offset it by how many hours to get it perfectly. So we have like two. Okay, well, 12 divided by 4 is 3. Okay, 12 divided by 4 is 3. So we have 3-hour increments. So we would have 1.5 hours. We want to offset by 1.5 hours. I need like paper or something. All right, so that would be 3 hours. So if we start at 3 a.m., then instead 3 hours, I want, if I start morning, if morning goes from 1 to 6, right, from 0 to 6, and then day goes from 6 till noon. Evening would go till noon to 6 again, and then 6 to midnight would be night. So if I offset that by 3 hours, daytime starts at 9 a.m., goes until 3. 9 to 3 would be day. Evening would be 3 to 9. And then 9 to 3 again would be night. That would make sense, I suppose. Yeah, I think I like that better. I mean, that's when we really should go to sleep at 9 p.m., let's be real. But if we all went to bed at 9 p.m., we would all be getting up like very much at the crack of dawn, and I feel like in a perfect world that would be the time everyone wakes up. So I need to start hour plus 3. Current hour of the day plus 3, then modulo. All right, I'm gonna 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. morning is 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. Day is 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then evening is 3 p.m. Wait a minute. If 0 is night, All right. I think we got that right. But if we're at hours, 3 modulo 24 is 3. Midnight. Midnight's bad too. 1 a.m. 1 a.m. 1 a.m. plus 3 modulo is 4. 4 divided by 6 is 2/3. So 0.6 repeating. Rounding, that would be to 1. So we get 1. That's morning. We cannot have it exceed 0.5. We cannot have it exceed 0.5 until 3 a.m. So normally, what, 3 a.m. normally, right? Am I doing this right? All right, so let's think about 11 p.m. at night. In the 24-hour clock, that is 23. 23 plus 3. Right, let's just start with 23. I need a calculator. All right. 23 divided by 6 is 4, which means evening. Is my plus 3 working? Well, it can't be, because 2 a.m. All right, 2 a.m. would be 5 module. Five divided by 6 equals. Oh, I think I understand where I would think this would work. If I floor this. How does Kotlin do in math? Does it round or floor? Do we have Kotlin online? Okay. Val hour equals, which we say is an int, equals 0. Print that. $23. All right. 22. 2. 3, 1. Okay. So 21 should be 0. 20 should be 3. I solved the problem and I can't even believe that I solved it. It's already flooring it. Don't worry. It is floored at the end. Not rounded. So if I say in, where are we? Name string pair. Have I ever received POD as a parameter? Yeah, reaction word, POD. I hate that it's POD. Can't we just name it part of day? Eh, fuck it. If it has spaces in it, that makes it confusing. Tinytail dot get. Did I name my thing Tinytail? Okay, Play on Live 2D now has that. Now I add that to all of these. Wow, the API has gotten a lot simpler since I have started taking over. All right, Play on Live 2D, do extend GIF, do GIF, do extend date, do date. I can understand why. I feel like it would require more rewriting if I were to just completely say, hey, you should, do the, All right, I think with the app side of this is very good. Delicious. All right. Play on Live 2D. Okay, POD equals int PRMs dot that's a get. Is there not a way for me to default? All right, besides reaction word.json, do we have a POD calculator anywhere in here? Well, the server. Let's try it out. Ba-ba-da-ba. Where's that window I just opened? I'm so close to this shit. All right, print. Hour equals 2. Hour equals 3. Hour equals 20. 3. Hour equals 21. Radical. All right, there's our get part of day equation. Okay. Yeah. JSON response. QL. Server URL, get remote, IP. I'm going to say, is there like a utils file I got, or am I just fucked? Eh. You just fucked. All right. Get it part of day. All right. We're returning that. We need to define hour. All right. Python get hour of day. Do we have date time at all imported or no? Doesn't really look like it. All right. Import date time. Huh. Datetime now dot hour. Oh. All right, get server part of day. Sit down. Where did I? Okay, there we go. Wait, no. Play on live 2D. The joys of this game. All right, part of day. Get server part of day. All right, part of day. Okay. We have satisfied a part of day requirement. All right, now we need to make great. Okay, wow, is that recursion? I did that correctly, right? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Function may be static. Go for it. String into list of int. Use string split method to Python split. Welcome to the dongle. Text split. And what does map do in Python again? Map int s. Okay, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. Oh boy. Typing it. Oh, okay. That's how that works. I did it backwards, so I need to go like that. All right, action string. Actions. Okay, split pipe character dot map int hold on, map int namaste. Let us pray. Haha. All right. Why would it be? What does map do? Map function, any iterable such as a lister, tuple, and returns a map object, which is an iterator. Oh, so then I need to do list on that, and then we have the answer. Alright, that's pretty badass. You know, how if I make the font just a little bigger? Maybe not that font. Just because I think you guys might not see this stuff as well. There. There. Now you guys should be able to read. Hmm. Oh no. Oh no, bro. We're getting pretty far in. Oh no, step bro. All right. I'm never gonna be at a good stopping point. That's the issue with code. Let me just refactor this. I think I would have no issue just calling that actions. User action. Do refactor. Yeah, my issue is I'm never gonna get to a good spot to stop until this is done. Which I was hoping I could finish this quick, but clearly it's taking a bit longer. Um, refactor. I can't imagine why it would be empty. I hate it when this guy. Is it better? Is it worse? Oh. Do I feel slightly cheated on it? Warlaga beat me. How could he? How you doing, Warlock? You're just in time, Warlock. I'm about to raid out. Wait, the raid? Oh. There's a cute little browser of them. Thank you all for coming again. I appreciate y'all. Oh my. Wait. My credits ain't rolling. Shouldn't have for Pokemon. Oh, should I wait? Should we wait until you're live? I can do that if you guys are gonna be live soon. We can code for a bit longer so we can raid Lychee, I think. Alright. Actions. And then we say list of ints. I want to thank GDScript for telling me that I can do this. I don't think Python follows it as a strict typing, but for it. Okay. I'll be stuck in a Lychee's page here. Man, I got a bunch of free GOG games. Thanks to Prime. I gotta redeem those. Okay. Reaction word. I have two sides. I feel like we'd be catching both of those. There's like being too verbose in code, and then there's being not verbose enough. And I'm figuring out that there's a balancing act between those two things. All right. If actions and when all right. Hello, Gage. How are you? How to Gage? Dead. Oh no. The gauges are dead. Now it's a list. What up, Warlock? You recover from being sick? Oh no. I'm sorry. Being sick is not fucking fun. Warlock. We're gonna... Shit. We have to define that as a dict. Alright, I'm gonna have to add fucking language support to the server at some point, or I just rework everything to be handled by the app. That's another option. But I just am doing this so I can get the store working, because everything's fucking broken and I'm chopping off some stuff that's not needed. I don't know if you guys can read this well, but I wrote some dialogue for in case I fuck up. What's the game you're working on, by the way? Barcode Kanojo. Communication due date. Due response dot Kanojo message. Hold on. This barcode Kanojo, you scan barcodes and you get girlfriends. It's pretty cool. If you guys want to play it, let me know. So I think maybe I'll... Alright, actions. If it's a date... Wait, I thought it said what? Date is 3. Right? That sounds right. I'm searching for the number fucking 3. My god. What's your problem? I know there's something for this, dude. I gotta check myself. I swear to God, there's something with dating in 3. Was it under Kanojo item activity? Right, mode, date, gift, ticket, extend date. There's those, but then I think there's in the status holder. Maybe it's in Kanojo item detail? Status holder. All right, there we go. Date, gift, ticket. Wait, no, that's not it. Where am I getting these server values from? Gift, extend date. That might have just been an internal thing. I don't necessarily think it means that I have to use those. But that companion object had mode date. Date, gift, ticket, extend date. All right, we're changing how. Well, wait, if I change these then. Fuck. I would have to change them all in the JSON. Oh! Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Cause my autism be going bananas right now. I'm gonna delete that and that. And then it sounds like we don't need that. We don't need that. All right, all right. POD equals int parameters dot get part of day, and if cannot, get server part of day. And then for action, we have 1. Because gift to Kanojo is 1. Wait, no. We're not doing gift, we're doing a date, which is 3. Do we have any? We do. I brought some stuff to stay the night with. I can't be without. I'm gonna say that's POD. Two or three. It's like they got that reversed. Yeah, that definitely seems like POD 2 and 3, which is evening and night. Dialogue. All right, due date. Date is 3. Oh, bam. All right. We're gonna have to raid Lychee. It is running. All right, server's up. Let's hope it works. Pray. Oh, I thought it crashed there for a moment. Play on live 2D. And in there. No, I did. Server crashed. What did the server crash? Time. Bitch. Alright, well. Yeah, stop and rerun. Alright, we're gonna be raiding Lychee now. Thank you all for coming. I'm sorry some of you guys kind of came in at the end there. I appreciate y'all being here, and I love having you.